On the line right now is Sheriff Todd Hood in Madison County. Sheriff, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Interesting story, and interesting for us in that we were just talking about this with Oneida County Sheriff Rob Mayshel, the fact that a few years back he deputized the officers from the Oneida Indian Nation police force. You have just done that as well. What was the incentive to do that for you?
Basically, the incentive was we're going to allow them to handle the business that occurs on their property. Our two agencies, believe it or not, with our road patrols, are approximately the same size in Madison County and with the Nation Police. So obviously, some nights we are low on manpower, and this gives them the ability to make arrests on their property, which they haven't had the ability to do before. You know, they'd be able to stop and detain people on the property, but then they would have to call for another agency with jurisdiction to come in, and it was just kind of taxing on our
Get it. Okay.
manpower.
So let me ask you this: with Oneida County had done it, so the Oneida Nation police were able to make arrests on Nation property that's in Oneida County, but they couldn't do that in Madison County. Do I have that right?
Yes, that's exactly right. They could do that at the Turning Stone and places like that. But the other places, you know, we have Point Place and Yellow Brick Road also in Madison County. So
Sure.
anything out there, they would have to rely on our agency until this got approved. So this is a great thing for us in Madison County to free up our manpower and allow our sheriffs to handle calls out in the county and allow the Nation Police to handle things on the Nation property.
So now, in doing this, do they have to go through a certification through you, or do you just say we're familiar with them and you're granted this ability?
Most people don't know. They are already DCGS certified. All these guys are retired state troopers, local police agencies, or guys that retired from my agency, and they go through. They're fully accredited with CALEA, which is a national accreditation, and most of the guys have had 20 to 30 years of police experience before they took this job.
Yeah.
So they're highly trained.
Well, they have there's a federal accreditation, right, that they have?
Correct. Yes,
Which is
and
big.
I believe there's only one other agency in Central New York that even has that. I'm not sure if it's Manlius PD or DeWitt PD, but there's only two of them.
All right. Well, listen, this helps with your workload. Why hasn't it been done up to this point? Did it have to do with the land claim, and which seems to have now doesn't seem to. It has been resolved. Is that resolution? Does that open the door for you now?
Well, so basically, back in the 90s, we had an agreement with the Nation Police also. That was obviously before my time, but they've been deputized before. It went by the wayside. I think there was a lot of political issues going on back then before, and it left. So when I first came into office, I've been in here about 5 months now, and I deputized them my second month in office because we had issues arriving with the opening of the new Point Place in Bridgeport area, where we needed traffic control, and we just didn't have enough people to go out there and handle that. That was a pretty big event. So I've already actually deputized them twice prior to this, and the county attorney wanted to reach out to the board to show them a courtesy, so we got them involved in the decision also, just to give them some teeth in it, where they could also pull this if this wasn't working out, and I could remove it if it didn't work out. So the board was included for that reason, but they've already been deputized, and they were actually deputized when we passed the resolution. This just goes through them and makes it official.
Okay.
So the deputization doesn't last for a year or 2 or 5. It's basically until further notice.
Yeah, well, we can review it every year, so we'll go through, obviously, if manpower issues change. We want to stay on top of everything. People retire, people get hired, so we'll keep up with that every year and review it. And whatever changes need to be made, we're going to stay right on top of it. Like anything with police work, it needs to be monitored, and we're going to do that. And I'm excited about the decision.
But ultimately, you would agree that this is you expect this to continue on as a great relationship, which it has been in the past, and certainly has been for other nearby municipalities.
Yes, I'll tell you. I've been on incidents, different searches for people that came up missing, and these guys already show up in force. We have a lot of rural territory in Madison County, and if our deputies are out in the middle of a very remote area, these guys will stop by. They'll send their cars if they're close by to give us a hand, and that's one of the things I wanted to accomplish when I ran for the office. To work with other agencies and kind of multiply our force. By doing that, we are too small of an agency not to. And in Madison County, the state police, the local agencies, we all work together, and that's how we do it.
I got to tell you that if you're in the mood for committing a crime, the last place I think I would do it is at the Turning Stone Casino or the Yellow Brick Road. Their technology is unbelievable. You're always on camera. I mean, these guys have a great deal. They have the tools over there. There's no doubt about it. I think I might have lost the... I did. Started hearing an echo. I know that's not an echo. That's static. I do know. We did lose him. Davey, let him know we're good, and we appreciate his time. We just lost his connection. But I keep hearing... I'll hear everyone... I've figured it out. I know the system. I'm going... We're going to win.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. My advice is always, I'm not sure I'd go down that road. Because...
Don't even bring it up.
I wouldn't even go down that road. Because you're not going to get away. You're not going to get away with anything. He is back. Sheriff, basically, I'm just saying, they have a great deal of technology and tools that not every municipality has over there at the nation.
Yes, they are. They obviously have a lot of resources, and they are... a squared-away agency. I've toured their facilities. They've showed me around, and they definitely have a lot to offer us as far as equipment, manpower, and it's going to be a good relationship.
All right, Sheriff Todd Hood, Madison County, thank you so much for taking the time.